to the 4 Bells Fitness Emporium for Workout from Home number 52. We are still in our GPP, our General Physical Preparedness Program, getting us ready for when the gym can reopen. Not long now. Not long now. I can feel it. So today, pretty simply, it's dip day. And more, but I suppose less directly, it's dips and abs day is really what we're looking at today. We are going to start with our warm-up today, which is going to get us ready for dips. We're going to look at 3 movements. We're going to look at shoulder taps, which are great for shoulder stability as well as anti-rotation through the core. We're going to look at the Hindu push-up, one of my favorite movements to get the shoulders ready, and probably one of my favorite strength movements as well. And then last but not least, the tabletop, one of our 4 out of 5 rights of Tibetan yoga that works on shoulder extension, which we need good shoulder extension to do dips well. So shoulder taps, 10 and 10, 10 slow, 10 fast, 5 Hindu push-ups, 10 tabletops. We're doing these 3 for 3 rounds today. Let's take a very quick look at how all 3 of those should look. In warm-up today, 3 exercises. As we just said, we've got shoulder taps, Hindu push-ups and tabletops. All 3 of them meant to get us ready for our dippity-doo today. When we're looking at shoulder taps, you can use a mat, you can use the floor. I like a mat because we're going to do 10 slow, then we're going to do 10 fast. With the 10 fast, it can get a little bit karate choppy into the floor, so a mat can be nice for your delicate hands. In my shoulder taps, the idea is anti-rotation, so I'm going to have the feet a little bit wider than I would normally do if I'm planking, and I'm going to do 10 slow. So the idea is when I do my 10 slow shoulder taps, I should have a full second pause with the hand and the shoulder, and then when it's 10 fast, all rules are off as fast as you can. From there with the Hindu push-up, we always like to do a scaled version of the Hindu push-up. We often don't do the full jalopy, the full enchilada. Really reason for that is I just want to be nice to the shoulders at first. We don't want to go straight into a very challenging movement. We're going to start nice and easy. So with our scaled Hindu push-up, which I believe is our level 2 in our 4 levels of Hindu push-up that we have, we're going to have our arms extended forwards. I'm going to pull myself forwards, forearms come down. Notice how the elbows stay pointing at the knees. I transition over the hands, dig the toes in, down dog position, drive the heels down, bring the forehead to the toes, knees down, butt back, forearms down, nose scrapes the mat. We are going to do 5 Hindu push-ups today. Last but not least, the old tabletop. I don't like a mat for the tabletop. Feels like it gets in my way a little bit. With my tabletop, I'm going to sit, legs out in front of me in a nice little L sit, hands by the hips. I'm going to push the hands into the floor, hips come up to the ceiling, tabletop position. As I come down, what I want to try and do is get the bum to kind of skim the floor. So bum skims the floor, up to the ceiling, bum skims the floor, and we are going to do 10 tabletop positions. So shoulder taps, 10 slow, 10 fast, Hindu push-ups for 5, tabletops for 10. We're doing that for 3 rounds in the warm-up today. For the strength piece for Workout from Home under 52, it's all about dips with a side of shoulder health. We are going to do 5 sets today, each set 3 minutes long, split into 2 90-second windows of time. A familiar format now we've been using for quite a few weeks, and I think works really well for all of you guys who are doing these workouts from home. It keeps you on point and on pace to get a good strength piece in. So, with our 5 sets and our 2 90-second windows of time, in my first 90 seconds I'm going to be doing dips for 10 reps at tempo today. So we are using a 3-3-XO tempo. That is the aim of the game. What does that mean? That means 3 seconds down, a 3-second pause, and then we try and come up as fast as possible. So of course, when we're looking at this extra time under tension, 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 times 10 is 60. So in our 90 seconds, we're going to spend at least a minute of that doing our dips today. So it's going to be a whole bunch of time under tension when it comes to those dips. So prepare to pick an easier scaling than you normally use. So if you're used to smashing out sets of 10 dips with a whole bunch of weight attached to you, you might be doing them at body weight today. If you usually do them at body weight, maybe you're going to be doing them at one of our lower scaling options, which we're going to talk about in a bit. So think about that. 10 reps, 3 seconds down, 3-second pause. Of course, take a look at how that should look in a second. In my second 90-second piece, we are going to do something called the YTWI, but we are doing the extended version of that. The YTWI-IWTY, or as we affectionately call it here at the Four Bells, the Yitty Witty. In the Yitty Witty, or the YTWI-IWTY, we are looking to work out the scapular retractors, the rear delts, the low traps, pretty much everything that brings us shoulder health. That's what we are trying to address in the YTWI-IWTY. You can do it at body weight, you can do it with a light weight. Let's spend a little bit of time talking about how both of these bad boys should look. When it comes to dips today, we are doing sets of 10 reps at a 3-3-X1 tempo. With that tempo, it means we're going to descend into our dip for 3 seconds. We're going to pause at the bottom for 3 seconds and then fire it back up. So what that means to you is when you're thinking about this workout, is what kind of scaling option should I be using? I would say even the toughest individuals out there who can do weighted dips or body weight dips or even ring dips should be thinking to themselves that the amount of extra time under tension is going to have a huge effect on the way you perform this movement. So don't let your ego govern the strength piece today. Let your body govern the strength piece and pick a scaling option that is challenging for you. So as always, I'm going to show this in actually what I would consider for me a pretty easy scaling option. But for some of you guys who are even more advanced, this may be what you have to do today to get it done. So I'm going to have my hands by my hips when I start with my dip as always. And I can start with the knees bent or I can start with the legs straight. And then of course if we wanted to, we could elevate the feet, add some plates to the lap, yada, yada, yada. But for now, let's just look at the dip. It should be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then press back up nice and fast. So control it down. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then fire it back up. That's what we are looking for in our dips today. 10 reps at that tempo is going to be spicy. So make sure that you pick the correct scaling option for you. It should be difficult and treat it accordingly. With the YTWI, or the YTWI-IWTY, I'm getting good at saying that now, it is an exercise or a sequence of movements which help us really develop all of the shoulder stabilizers. So when it comes to shoulder stability musculature, most of them are behind us. They're the stuff you can't see. And when it comes to training, I would say generally, it's the stuff behind us which is the most important. When it comes to having healthy shoulders, making sure the rear delts, rotator cuff and back are taken care of. When it's having a strong low back, we've got to make sure we've got strong glutes, strong hamstrings, strong spinal erectors. If you want to have stable knees, it's making sure we've got mobile ankles, healthy calf strength, healthy calf flexibility. So there's a lot of things that happen on the back of us that not many of us like paying attention to because you can't see it in the mirror. But this sequence that we're going to go through is one of those ones that can really help you with shoulder health going forwards. So when we're looking at the YTWI, or the YTWI-IWTY, what we're going to do is go through each step, each letter for 5 seconds. So let's go through how it would look just with body weight to start off with. I'm going to have my hands out into a Y, and I'm going to start with my thumbs up. I'm going to lift the hands up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out to the letter T, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the knuckles up to the ceiling for 5 seconds. For there, I bring the elbows down, squeeze the lats, squeeze the upper back, lift the hands up, don't shoot, and be there for 5 seconds. When I come round to an I, and I lift those palms up to the ceiling and I can feel the lats, we're going to be here for 10 seconds, because I've got to do I twice. And then from there, it's back to a W for 5 seconds, back to T for 5 seconds, back to Y for 5 seconds, and then we are done. So play around with this. If you can do this with body weight, we should be doing it with body weight. If you can, 2 small weights would be great. I would start off with like 2.5 pounds. You don't need to go much heavier than 5 pounds. If you don't have that kind of thing available, 2 cans of beans works very well as well. So with the YTWI, you've really got to think about contracting those muscles in the back of the shoulder, in between the shoulder blades, as much as possible, so we can get as much shoulder health out of those movements as possible. Good luck, guys. Conditioning time It's a 15-minute AMRAP today. So AMRAP means as many rounds as possible. In our round today, we have a triple-decker aerobic ab sandwich. So it's going to be some kind of aerobic piece. We're going to talk about that in a second. Abs, aerobic piece, abs, aerobic piece, abs. That's one round. We're trying to get through that one round as many times as possible in our 900 seconds, our 15 minutes of time. So in our aerobic piece, as you can see on the board here, it says 200 meters, 20 counts, 50 jumping jacks. As always, by now, you guys know that we're playing with what we have available to us. So if I can run for 200 meters, 100 meters away from my house, turn around, come back, do that. If you have a rowing machine, you can row on that rowing machine fast for 200 meters. Maybe you're on a ski erg or you're in an airdyne where you can look at calories and you want to do 20 calories instead. Maybe you don't have any of those options available to you. Maybe it's 50 jumping jacks, maybe it's 50 high knees with a skipping rope. Think about what you have available, and if you're not sure what to do, shoot us a message. We are very happy to guide you. So, after my aerobic piece, it should be fast and not particularly that long, we're going to get into some 4-count flutter kicks. We're going to do 10 4-count flutter kicks, and we're going to look at how that should look in just a second. Then back into our aerobic piece. I've just written 200 meters here, but again, 200 meters, 20 calories, jumping jacks, wherever it happens to be. From there, we're going to do some tuck V-ups for 15 reps, an aerobic piece again, and then a weighted sit-up for 10 reps. Once I've got to the bottom of that weighted sit-up, the 10 reps, I come back up to the top and start again. So, we've talked about the aerobic piece. Look at what you have available: running, rowing, skiing, biking, skipping, jumping jacks, high knees, whatever you've got. But let's take a little bit of time talking about the 3 abdominal exercises that we are going to use in our conditioning piece today. So for the conditioning piece today, we have 3 abdominal exercises that we're going to look at. We've got the 4-count flutter kick, we've got the tuck V-up, and a weighted sit-up. So with the 4-count flutter kick, I'm basically going to start in the same position I would use for a leg raise. I'm going to have the hands tucked underneath the bum, and I'm going to use that hand position to kind of support the low back as I do the movement. The idea is to, I suppose the easiest way to describe it is when we do flutter kicks in the gym, it's hard to quantify because the legs are moving so fast. It's hard to count reps as you do it. So the way I've kind of done it over the years is to introduce a 4-count approach. So I count to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 1 rep. So we're going to do 20 of those. So technically you could do 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, and do that up to 20, or you could count to 80 if you wanted to. That's one way to do it as well. So, how's it look? Hands underneath the bum, legs out and straight. We're going to have one leg at 45, one leg just off the floor, pointing the toes. Should be 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 3. You get the idea, and we're going to go all the way up to 20 reps. So once I've done my 20 reps, I go outside for another 200 meters, 20 counts, 50 jumping jacks, and then I come into tuck V-ups. So for tuck V-ups, the most important part of it is the middle part of the rep. So in the middle part of the rep, it's very similar to what is known in yoga as boat pose. So I'm balancing on the bum, shins almost parallel to the ceiling or the floor, however you want to look at it, and I'm going to reach forward with the hands. The end of the rep is both heels touch the floor, both hands touch the floor, and then I come back up to that midpoint each time. So I'm trying to bring the knees into the chest, reach forwards with the hands as I do 15 tuck V-ups. Last but not least, 10 weighted sit-ups after my 200 meter run, 20 calories, 50 jumping jacks. And again, first things first, before I add weight to the situation, can I do 10 regular sit-ups without needing to anchor my feet? Or I suppose, just do them at body weight. I suppose the easiest way to ask that question. If you can do them at body weight pretty easily without the feet anchored, then we can add weight. So with the weight, the idea is to not use the weight as momentum, but to use it to strengthen the abdominals. So I'm not throwing the weight forwards and using that weight to help me sit up. I am reaching up to the ceiling with the weight for 10 reps today. So in our conditioning piece, it is 200 meters followed by 20 4-count flutter kicks, 200 meters, 15 tuck V-ups, 200 meters, 10 weighted sit-ups. We are going to continue that round for as many rounds as possible in 15 minutes today. Enjoy it. Make sure you're nice and fast on the running or the sprinting, attack the abs like you really hate them, because you might. Have yourself a glorious workout from home number 52. We'll see you soon.